Hi, good evening. This is Avilash, your UPSC Civil Service Examination mentor. Welcome to today's session. I hope you are live and watching. Before we start, I want to tell you about how you can interact with me. If you are watching it live, you can utilize this chat function on your right side of YouTube. You can utilize this chat function to uh, interact with me. बहुत सारे लोगों ने रजिस्टर किया है उनके क्वेश्चंस. आई एम गोइंग टू टेक अप द क्वेश्चंस एज वेल. सो इफ यू आर लाइव एंड वाचिंग, आई वुड अर्ज यू टू आप मेरे साथ इंटरेक्ट कर सकते हैं. जो लाइव चैट फंक्शन का यूज़ करके आपको अपना यूट्यूब नॉर्मल ऐप ही यूज़ करना है थ्रू योर मोबाइल. कोई लैपटॉप नहीं, जस्ट हियर दी सेशन. एंड most of you, everybody's question I have captured, and the presentation deck which is currently I have created is actually collation of uh, this is the collation of this is the collation of all your questions only. तो ऐसा कुछ अलग से तो है नहीं. तो आई नो बहुत सारे सवाल होते हैं, बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस होते हैं. वी यूजुअली हम अपने सीनियर से या हम जानकारों से पूछते हैं. कई बार क्या होता है आजकल, वी बिलीव वॉट एवर इज रिटन इन इंटरनेट. तो इंटरनेट में जो लिखा हुआ है वही हमको लगता है कि दैट इज द राइट थिंग. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि गलत कुछ होगा. वही सारी चीज़ें ज़रूरी नहीं है कि आपको भी वैलिड होगी और इट विल बी वैलिड फॉर यू एज वेल. मेनी टाइम्स व्हाट हैपेंस इज एक जेनेरिक स्टेटमेंट दिया जाता है, बट यूपीएससी सिविल सर्विस एग्जामिनेशन इज फेवरिंग मोस्ट ऑल द कंडीशंस ऑफ द कैंडिडेट. जैसे सवाल होते हैं, क्वेश्चन होते हैं. पीपल हु आर इनटू द defense forces, can they join in, can they give the exam? People who are at, what are the age reservation, what are the other kind of physical disability है जिनको, what kind of reservation do they have, what are the various categories on which they can apply. So many questions are not clearly answered, जो आप पूछना चाहते हैं. और many times क्या होता है, तो जेनेरिक यूपीएससी ओरिएंटेशन में क्या होता है कि वो बताते हैं कि एग्जाम है, प्रीलिम्स है, यूपीएससी सिविल सर्विस में प्रीलिम्स एग्जामिनेशन है, मेंस पेपर है और इंटरव्यू पेपर है. और कई सारी मूवीज हैं, फिल्में हैं, जिसमें अचानक से जो है वो सिविल सर्वेंट बन जाते हैं. एक बहुत अच्छी पिक्चर है ट्वेल्थ फेल, जिसमें बहुत अच्छी तरीके से उन्होंने एक एस्पिरेंट की लाइफ को कवर किया था. सो what happens is, people who have just joined in right now, I would like to say that we have a feature of YouTube interaction. You can use the live chat function, like the way I have said good evening. Please use the live chat function to interact. So you can put all your questions, whatever you have in your mind. And जब मैं Q&A वाले साइड में जाऊंगा, I'm going to take you up to the your own questions. So this is how you can see, जिसका क्वेश्चन होगा वो सामने आ जाएगा, and I will be able to answer it. So with that, I think better is to start our session. And so I would like to say that whatever presentation I have created is from the questions which have been submitted. Many a times I mentioned that it is necessary to register, but not necessary to attend live. The reason being that you may be busy, you may not be having that 1 hour of time. But streaming it on YouTube is the reason कि आप इसी link को, this link will remain, and you can be able to watch it again. And in fact, I encourage aspirants or students to in fact time the screen so that they help other student कि हाँ ये slide इस time पे they can click and just join there. So uh, so welcome to the session again. I must tell you again कि ये platform है where you can write your questions in the live chat and your chat can come in front of me. So we will have a section. You keep on asking your question the way you start. Any doubt you have in your mind. आज का सेशन ये है, when you are over the session, you should be clear that what exam you are entering, what preparation you are doing. अगर कुछ challenges हैं, how we are going to solve it. Okay, with that mindset, open mindset, understand the session. If you feel that I know everything, मैं ये पढ़ लूंगा, I will do it like that, then this session will become very boring for you because you already would be knowing. ऐसा तो मैं कुछ नया तो नहीं बोल दूंगा. The only thing I'm going to say is very structured way about this exam, about this career, and all the challenges one aspirant faces when you decide कि मुझे ये exam देना है, I have to give this exam. This is what I'm going to spend my another 2 3 years. What are the challenges coming? People who are going to start now, maybe in the college today, they will give the first attempt in 2027, 2028. People who are already decided that 2026 I'm going to give the exam attempt. So they have 200 days from today if you calculate like that what they should be doing. ऐसे मजाक मजाक में जो सोच रहे हैं एक बार देख के तो देखते हैं, पता तो चले किस में दम है, यूपीएससी में या मुझ में. उनके लिए भी 200 दिन है, even if you want to ignore and if you want to be careless. But let me tell you, for all the beginners, the doubts are such that we are very difficult to overcome the doubts. हर बार आप स्टार्ट करो और फिर से वही चीज है कि अरे यार याद नहीं रह रहा, ये नहीं रह रहा. So I'm going to take up all the this session will be something for beginners to beginner, कि जो बिल्कुल जिन्होंने स्टार्ट नहीं किया. सेकंड, जो रिपीटर्स हैं, यूपीएससी एग्जाम का एक ऐसा ना वीडियो गेम जैसा है. द मोमेंट यू फेल इन एनी स्टेज, यू हैव टू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम स्क्रैच. इट ऑल स्टार्ट्स फॉर बिगिनर्स. आप सोचो नहीं कि मैंने उतना तक पढ़ लिया तो आगे से पढ़ना शुरू करो. नहीं, ये एग्जाम एकेडमिक है नहीं. दिस इज नॉट एन एकेडमिक एग्जाम. दिस इज प्योरली एन एग्जाम of knowing your own self confidence and self journey, and that is shown or seen by what is your approach to the daily regular life. So let's start with that. I'm going to take both English and Hindi in that way. I have audiences or aspirants who have registered from across the globe. Mostly I'll take Englishish. The reason being that uh, my all my offerings are in English medium. But आप हिंदी मीडियम से हैं तो भी आप अपने सवाल तो क्लियर कर सकते हैं. You can get your clarity of your this thing. So you know what we are studying. We are talking today about. We are talking about Union Public Service Commissions, which is celebrating its 100 years civil service examination, and this examination has around uh, 20 central services, all India services, and central services. So this means that with one examination, you are able to enter into various services of examination, services of career, which includes Indian Administrative Services, Indian Police Services, Indian Foreign Services, Indian Revenue Services, Indian IS and Allied Services, so many, there are 20 other services which the notification timely informs about what this exam holds for. And because the number of people who take participate in this examination, it is considered as India's most challenging and competitive, respective competitive examination. In fact, I would say this is one of the colonial element. District magistrate and district collector comes not from the independence and India era, but from the British time. The exam has three stage: prelims, which is an objective type screen test, MCQ based. There are two papers in one single day. Paper one is GS paper one, and paper two is civil services aptitude test, GS paper two. People who filter throughout this, They write the mains exam, which happens absolutely around 100 days after the result of prelims, around like that, roughly. So it is 9 descriptive papers, testing in-depth knowledge, pen and paper-based paper, and all the scores that you have, whatever you score in this mains examination, is exactly your ranking dependent is depending upon that. And then people who qualify that go for interview, and then the interview board is usually the India's most spoken about interview board is civil services interview. And कई बारी हम यही कंफ्यूज कर जाते हैं, and you will see many aspirants in their life stuck through multiple attempts going till interview but unable to crack it over there. So with this context, let me ask you again, आप लोग जो uh, whoever are attending. So I have, before I start, a little bit about me. So there is one question. So I have Vaibhav Suryavanshi saying, "Hi sir, hello, thanks for attending. I am a beginner, definitely. Even I would say I am a beginner. So let's begin with that." And there is one person who's asking, "No live on Zoom." Okay, the point in Zoom was you have to download another app, and people like I had complained, people were saying their internet issues. So then I realized, found this platform where through chat I could interact, and YouTube would be a generic app accessible in their mobile phone tab, and even in their low internet connectivity area. Zoom was getting difficult, and Zoom only when there are some paid classes or paid batches for closed circuit. For open session, I want more and more people to participate, attend, and Zoom was unable to deliver it because many students are not familiar with Zoom, how to join the Zoom, and be a part of it. So YouTube was the reason for that. I hope I I have answered you. And now coming to the session. Now, before I start, that who am I? Why should I be? Why should we be listening for another 20-30 minutes? मैं कौन हूँ? मुझे मेरे को क्यों सुनना है? ऐसा क्या मतलब? Why should I? अचानक से कौन ये एक्सपर्ट बन रहा है आके? We always as a when you मतलब go to any class or anybody, there should be some authority. Why should you somebody listen? अपना time क्यों spend करना है? So I have to introduce myself. I will introduce myself uh, in two positions. Okay. Firstly, my name is Abhilash Mahapatra. Okay, and I qualification wise, I have done engineering and I have done MBA. I gave this examination in 2007, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that time general category had 4 attempts. So those 4 attempts were by those years. And in 2008 examination, I was in qualified and I was in the reserve list, but allocation did not happen. I also gave it again in 2009. I went till interview. So my performances was very exceptional in essay and geography optional. At that time we had two optional. So I had taken geography as one optional and public administration as one optional. So how do I know that my essay scores on geography optional were exceptional? Because if you see in old time, the 12th, if you have seen the movie 12th Fail, you have to go to the UPSC hall center. Their entire people's name and record would be there in the list. So from there only, we came to know, like, many that time era people said that this person is scoring. Okay, so that way. And then little bit of, when you are at 23, 24 years of age, things did not happen the way and all that, like the way right now you are feeling. You feel little irritated, well, and not in a great state of mind, and all that thing happens when life becomes a little cruel and all. I feel like that. So I had my own transition. So then, because of this dedication, which or kind of a love I felt from my own the community of people who were giving that time exam, who are right now civil servant, they kept on asking me for how do you write this, how do you study this, like that, for tips and this thing. So I did not by choice wanted to help in or become a mentor or faculty, But because continuously many people kept on asking me, and then I never said no, especially in the essay, especially you are failing the interview, especially you are not able to write in mains properly, and what they were unable to tackle general studies. People, engineering people coming to preparing for UPSC find it very difficult to understand economics, difficult to understand history. They don't like. Okay, we understand as a story, but why it is relevant? What is they're asking in the question? So all these thing challenges kept on happening. So, but then they encouraged me that while asking, then one of them said, why don't you professionally also start? So I had my own career parallel, but then I also started contributing as a faculty in IS Gurukul. There is one institute in New Delhi, as a faculty for geography and essay. And then I did at the same time I was also part of Vision IS, the the company, especially in the content contribution team. The answer paper. They were known for that. Like giving online this thing. And then apart from that, I had my own career. I was a part of government career where I was a Group A officer with National Career Service, Ministry of Labor and Employment, Government of India. I was part of digital transformation of employment exchanges, and then I from that I got deputed to FICCI, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, FICCI, and for industry engagement, industry-led skilling. From there, I got deputed to Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, NSDC, as strategy manager. The whole area of my work is to how to make Indian youth most employable, and how do can they perform at their best ability. I realized this with my own story also, that because of our social condition, because of our own background, we first give, after our graduation we give at least 2 3 attempts for government exams. So that, because family says, everybody says stable career, why you are good, why shouldn't you try UPSC, like that. So I realized that I should first help people with this. And in case it doesn't happen for whatever reason, life is very big. Employability can help you to be employed at your best ability. So I call myself as a change maker, career change maker, and employability expert. And for this session and for Elevate IS, I am the UPSC Civil Service Examination mentor. My focus or my belief is in two things. One is, it is self study, it is consistency and revision, on which this exam can be cracked. I have done it. I understand what challenges it takes. It is not your financial condition, it is not your situational circumstances, it is not your somebody giving you a book or whatever, like that. Struggles are there in everybody's life. Please do not think that somebody is well, this thing, so he well placed, so they have everything. Everybody at their own life or stage has their own struggles, own challenges, especially at the age of 21, 22, 23, 24. We have today so many choices that itself is a struggle to stick to one thing and stay focused for 10 minutes. We know we are all addicted to mobile reels and this thing. We cannot, attention span is very less. Even I know today, right now, nobody would be listening me because I'm talking so much. It is more than 80 seconds. So you need to step it up. So like that. So life will always have their own struggle, own scenario. Nobody is having so much easy way. Life means struggle. So how do we take or bring ourselves as the best in these scenarios? So UPSC Civil Service Examination, people who have taken that decision to try that as their first career choice, they have to dedicate themselves. They have, this journey is about knowing your own self, own potential. You will discover so much more about yourself in this entire journey. How to manage time, how to manage expectation, how to stay low, how to be very normal in every, you cannot be extremely happy, you cannot be extremely sad, how to overcome, how to manage uncertainties. All these things in this all preparation you will gain. It is not just the result of the examination. So with this, that's why I consider myself that I can speak about this exam, I can mentor about this exam. I do not take credit for any of my students' success. I do not name any of the students' success. I don't endorse any of them because that is their hard work. If tomorrow you are taking my course and you become civil servant, I will not come and tell you, please tell my name and announce that we because I was a part of. It is up to you. But I can always say that some or other way I have contributed to you to elevate your performance. What was not happening till you met me or till you attended this session. So like that. So these are my certain principles. I do not endorse any candidate. No, this thing. But students do come in result. Something happens. And at this, it is very difficult. Let me tell you. Even today, think about yourself. How dedicated are you to one coaching institute or one institute's content? You're preparing from this, you're downloading from this place, that place, multiple resources, multiple teachers, multiple men. You finally you take the decision which is good for you, which is bad for you. How can somebody endorse? Yeah, our student, this should no, that doesn't happen. It is your own way to prepare. Somebody finds learning through videos very entertaining. Somebody finds learning through books only. So they are, but both of them get the success in exam. So that's about the exam. So with this, I feel I have the authority to speak. If you feel okay, you may continue to attend the session. If you don't feel okay, you feel कि अरे ऐसे ही बात बकवास कर रहा है, so you can देना. It's up to you. But whoever are watching live, thanks for your time. Uh, I would parallelly keep on saying, अगर आपके मन में कोई सवाल है, if you have any questions regarding the exam, regarding the preparation, any challenge, you can put it over the chat and I will answer. I have listed all the questions which were submitted. I'm going to answer them also subsequently. So let us start with about exam and a little bit about career, so that our purpose, our motivation. Why should you wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning every day? Why should you give that 8 hours, 5 hours, 7 hours time for study? Why even after failing so many times you have to again give the exam? What is that drive? What is their motivation? Why to humiliate yourself in front of your relatives, people, friends, where your other friends who did not come for civil services are today doing good at some IT company or going for vacation or showing photographs on Instagram or doing reels. Why are you sacrificing your youth time in studying NCRT, the same school books which you studied in your school time? Why? 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 So we need to create that drive. We need to create that purpose. So with that as motivation, I'll start the session. So firstly, who can apply for this examination? UPSC is very lenient. You have to just be graduate from any of the recognized university from India, and irrespective of any stream, you can apply. Even if you're in the final year, before the service year, you have to before the service allocation, you have to give your result. Otherwise, you can still apply for final. Age-wise, 21 years it starts, a minimum age, and age is 21 years at the 1st August of that particular year. For example, if you are at 2026 examination, on 1st August 2026, your age should be 21 years. That is what the notification says. And similarly, for candidate who are from OBC category, they have age limit till 35 years, and for SC and ST candidates, they have up to 37 years. Now, Indian citizenship is mandatory for most of the services, like Indian foreign services. Specific citizen services apply for UPSC guidelines. Now, when you see the notification, it is there who can apply from Nepal, from Tibet, or from other nations where citizenship ability is there. Now come to, so this is the who are exam. Detail about this examination comes through notification. So every year before the exam starts, government creates a notification through a gadget. That is what it is called in government way. A gadget is announced that this year civil service examination will be conducted under these guidelines. So every year guidelines is, they publish the guidelines. So those guidelines are valid for that particular exam. So we can take inspiration from the last year guidelines. almost it is same, but I cannot guarantee that it will be remaining same every day. Government changes happen, things like that. But in a very motamoti way, the guidelines are almost similar. So that's why we are giving confidently who are eligible age and all that thing. Like I told you, when I was preparing, 4 years was the attempt. But in 2013 or 14, I think, it changed to 6 attempts. And age increased from 30 years to 32 years. The gadget would have changed the notification like that. Now, why? What is this career? Why there is so craze about civil service? So most of the time, from the movies and from the way it is there, they say that the dowry for civil servant is very high. Now, I don't consider this as a, a good motivation, because firstly, we are trying to make this country a better country, beautiful country, coming out of all these kind of things. But in reality, when we see in the real example, even if I tell you all ethics and everything, we see how corrupt people are, how say young bureaucrats are being caught being corrupt. So you may ask me क्वेश्चन, सर ये तो सर क्या आप बोल रहे हैं, देखो 2021 का सिविल सर्वेंट अभी पकड़ा गया, इतना पैसा खाते हुए, एथिक्स का किताब लिखा था. अब देखो रियलिटी इसकी ऐसे, दिस काइंड ऑफ एग्जांपल्स आर देयर. Role models, they forget their own self respect and they indulge in such thing. What do I say? But we always stay in this hope that today, whoever are listening, whoever are feeling, and we are making a beautiful India, and who other than you yourself, if you are clean, if you are ethical, that is what is required. So we feel that the best minds with ethical mindset comes to this civil services, so they can serve the nation, serve the population. एक गाना था एक मूवी में, जिसका कोई नहीं उसका खुदा है यार. एक, आई डोंट नो वेदर यू नो हिंदी और दिस, यू हैव हर्ड दिस सॉन्ग और नॉट. In Chhattisgarh, once a tribal was asked, a lady, that do you know your MLA, your local MLA? She said no. Do you know your member of parliament? She said no. So how do you know you are staying in democracy? She said proudly कि जिसका कोई नहीं उसका डीएम है, हमारा डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट हमारा है, तो वो हमारे बारे में ख्याल रखेंगे. So your water problem, your sanitation problem, your food problem, your survival problem, citizen promises. So many duties come to this civil servant. ये ये पद ऐसा है कि जीवन जीना जो है ना, जीवन की शैली आप जो जी रहे हैं. आज भी ऐसे देश में कई इलाके हैं जहाँ पानी नहीं पहुंच पाया है, जहाँ बिजली नहीं पहुंच पाई है. और इनका जो कई डिस्ट्रिक्ट है हमारे देश में, डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट लोग कोशिश करते हैं कि कैसे ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा सुविधाएं जो एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन प्रॉमिस करता है, साफ हवा, साफ बिजली, साफ सब कुछ मिल पाए. एंड दे स्ट्रगल, एंड मेनी सिविल सर्वेंट हैव previously also done, and you would have heard such examples. तो अब डेमोक्रेसी में ऑपरेट करने का तरीका ही ऐसा है, तो क्या कर सकते हैं, चैलेंजेस आते हैं. बट द हार्ट एंड सोल ऑफ नेशन, वो जो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, वो जो कंधा है, वो जो स्टील फ्रेम, वो सिविल सर्विस के लिए. बाकी नौकरियां हैं, बाकी सब कुछ मैं मना नहीं करता, वो बहुत सही भी है, बहुत बढ़िया भी है आज के देश में. बट स्टिल हमारा देश अभी भी पूरा मॉडर्न नहीं हुआ है, अभी भी गांव में रहता है. हमारे देश का पॉपुलेशन, कुछ साल पहले हम कहते थे कि 70% ऑफ पॉपुलेशन लिव्स इन इंडिया, ऑफ विलेजेस ऑफ इंडिया, लिव्स इन विलेजेस ऑफ इंडिया. वी आर स्टिल अ रूरल कंट्री. आप शायद से भाग्यवान है कि आपके पास मोबाइल है और यू आर इन द टॉप 10% ऑफ द कंट्री, बट द मेजॉरिटी ऑफ कंट्री स्टिल लिव्स इन विलेजेस. तो उस हिसाब से हमारे देश को कैसा कैसा पदाधिकारी चाहिए, कैसा सरकार के लोग चाहिए जो कर पाए, कि जो उनको आगे की तरफ, ट्रांजिशन की तरफ ले पाए. तो दैट इज द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ दिस करियर, दिस जॉब. अब आप उसमें क्या करते हैं, कैसे करते हैं, अब वो तो आप देख ही रहे, मैं उसमें क्या बोलूं. बट आवर फेथ दैट आई एम contributing in building the nation with mindset of good, creating good mindset of student and aspirants. तो why should you give this exam? क्यों भाई, इतना सब कुछ है दुनिया में, हमें ये एग्जाम क्यों देना है? तो कुछ कुछ चीजें अगर हम, इफ यू वांट टू सी, देयर इज नो स्ट्रेट आंसर टू इट. योर ओन पर्पस, योर ओन सेल्फ पर्पस. फर्स्टली इज योर यू नो स्टेबिलिटी एंड प्रेस्टीज, आप अगर अपने आप को पूरा देश के लिए निछावर कर दिए हैं तो फिर इट इज ऑल अबाउट इट, देन इट इम्पैक्ट्स लाइफ। आपको नहीं पता कि आपके एक सिग्नेचर से किसका क्या हो रहा है। आज आपके डेट में आप आपके आधार कार्ड में देखिए किसका साइन है, आप जरा देखिए अपने राशन कार्ड में किसका साइन है, आप मिले नहीं होंगे उनसे, बट दोज आर ऑल डॉक्यूमेंट्स व्हिच डिफाइन योर सिटीजनशिप, व्हिच डिफाइन द सर्विसेज ऑफ सिटीजनशिप। again is आप your own self growth, your own self personal you know एक मैन मैन अपने लिए जो बनाता है ब्रेन डेवलपमेंट एंड जो अलग अलग स्टेजेस ऑफ लाइफ पे होता है, वो ये एक बहुत सर्विस डिफाइन करता है। एंड देन द डाइवर्स एक्सपोजर, आप इट इज नॉट अबाउट वन 9 to 5 और इट इज नॉट जस्ट लिमिटेड टू जैसे पिक्चरों में दिखाता है, ऐसा नहीं है। 40 साल के करियर के लिए आप एग्जाम दे रहे हैं, तो 40 साल एक छोड़, आपकी उम्र नहीं है 40 साल, आपका करियर उतना बड़ा होने वाला है जितना आप इसके लिए प्रिपेयर करें, तो क्या क्या आएगा। सो मच ऑफ पीपल, सो मच ऑफ सेक्टर्स। ये तो बड़ा जनरल, हमें तो यूपीएससी तो जनरलिस्ट क्रिएट करता है। सो इट इज लाइक सिविल सर्वेंट्स आर, कल आप इसरो के सेक्रेटरी होंगे तो कल कोल माइंस के सेक्रेटरी होंगे, कल एजुकेशन के सेक्रेटरी होंगे, तो यू कीप ऑन मूविंग अराउंड दी सेक्टर्स। बट yes, they do consider what is your specialty. वैसे आजकल they have become like that, doctors are given responsibilities of healthcare sector, or in these kind of areas where people who are coming from engineers are given tech driven society को कैसे टेक्नोलॉजी कैसे इंटीग्रेट किया जाए, आप देखो ये सब होता है। But your own calling will come from your own heart. What will inspire you? What will make you feel that कि नहीं मुझे सुबह उठना है, कोई बात नहीं, प्रीलिम्स फेल हो गया, आई विल गिव अगेन, इस बार मैं इंप्रूव करूंगा, आई नो माई फॉल्ट, आई विल अगेन सी द पेपर। तो ये सारी चीजें जो है आपको खुद पता चलेगी। नाउ लिटिल बिट अबाउट द एग्जाम पेपर। नाउ आई टेक 1 second ब्रेक, इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस इन योर माइंड, ऐसा कुछ आपको पूछना है कि नहीं ये तो मुझे पता है, सो आई कैन आइदर गो क्विकली टू द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट्स, और I can, I'll just 1 minute break. So, एग्जाम का पैटर्न, फर्स्ट ओरिएंटेशन में मैं इतना फोकस नहीं कराना चाहता, बट इट्स अ मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चन फॉर प्रीलिम्स एंड मेंस का हमने बात कर ही ली थी, मेंस डिस्क्रिप्टिव पेपर है, और इंटरव्यू तो इट इज अबाउट योर पर्सनालिटी एंड हाउ यू स्पीक, हाउ यू कंडक्ट योरसेल्फ। वन चैलेंज व्हिच आई वांट टू आंसर, मेक यू अंडरस्टैंड कि कैसे बोल, व्हाई डू पीपल फेल, क्यों बच्चे फेल हो जाते हैं प्रीलिम्स में। मतलब मैं गारंटी कर सकता हूँ कि कौन फेल होने वाला है इस एग्जाम में। इट इज नॉट द हार्ड वर्क व्हिच डिसाइड्स दैट हाउ मच योर फेलियर, इट इज नॉट दैट, इट इज एग्जैक्टली नॉट दैट। इमेजिन करिए, वैकेंसी जब नोटिफिकेशन आता है, वैकेंसी वैकेंसी इज गिवन एज 1000, उसी नोटिफिकेशन में लिखा है कि ओनली 12 to 13 टाइम्स द वैकेंसी विल बी सेलेक्टेड फॉर मेंस। ऐसा नहीं कि 50,000 बच्चे मेंस लिखने वाले, 10 लाख लोग अप्लाई करते हैं एग्जाम, क्योंकि लोग देश में ऐसा आ रहा है, ग्रेजुएट बन रहे हो रहे, एग्जाम का नोटिफिकेशन आया है, भर दो, क्या ही है, भर दो, पेपर भर दिया जाता है। फिर एग्जाम देने के लिए 5 लाख लोग ही जाते हैं, 5 लाख, एग्जैक्टली हाफ। ये मैं नहीं कह रहा, यूपीएससी का स्टैटिस्टिक्स कह रहे हैं। अब 5 लाख बच्चे जो जाते हैं उसकी तैयारी करने वाले सिर्फ आधे 20-30 हजार ही है। अगर आप सीरियस, इफ यू आर हियरिंग मी सीरियसली, देन यू विल बी वन ऑफ दोस 20-30 थाउजेंड पीपल जो हर साल प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं, फोकस करके फिर उसमें जो परीक्षा देते हैं, वो देखते हैं कि सबको भाई डाल देते हैं कैटेगरी क्राइटेरिया सबके हिसाब से, एंड देन फ्रॉम टॉप दे स्टार्ट की 12,000 और 13,000 कैंडिडेट कौन सा है, वहां पे आ जाता है कट ऑफ। तो अगर पेपर इजी रहेगा तो पेपर सबके लिए इजी रहेगा, कट ऑफ ऊपर उड़ जाएगा। अगर पेपर टफ रहेगा तो वो सबके लिए टफ रहेगा, कट ऑफ नीचे आ जाएगा। तो इन केस आप लोगों को कोई ज्ञान दे रहा है कि कट ऑफ इतना होता है, उस हिसाब से आप तैयारी करो, इतना कट ऑफ होता है, ये माइंडसेट गलत है। जो बच्चे कट ऑफ के साथ प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं वो 100% ये अटेम्प्ट अपना वेस्ट कर रहे हैं, ये मैं गारंटी कर सकता हूँ। जो बच्चे इस तरीके से प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं कि आई विल बी हाईएस्ट एक्यूरेट, सबसे मैं हर क्वेश्चन, वो सब क्वेश्चन करूंगा जो जिसमें मेरी एक्यूरेसी 100% हो, गेस मार्क नहीं करूंगा, गलतियां नहीं करूंगा, बिकॉज नेगेटिव मार्क है। तो वो सारे चीज उस माइंडसेट के साथ जो पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं कि अगर इफ आई एम आस्क्ड ए क्वेश्चन and it has, I know very sure कि I'm fundamentally strong in that, then I'm going to mark the question. वो ही बच्चे, because यूपीएससी बहुत स्मार्ट है, earlier 3-4 years before they were giving question and 4 option, आप एलिमिनेट कर दोगे, अच्छा ये तो इजी है, इतने ही ऐसे। अब क्या कर रहे हैं, क्वेश्चन वो 4 ऑप्शन ले लेता है एज ए स्टेटमेंट, 1 2 3 4, फिर बनाता है क्वेश्चन, 1 and 2 आर राइट, 2 and 3 आर राइट, 1 and 4 आर राइट, नन ऑफ द अबव। अब दिमाग घुर जाता है, अब क्या एलिमिनेट करोगे। अब ये चीज इन्होंने हर क्वेश्चन में कर दिया, क्वेश्चन हो गया लंबा, पढ़ने में टाइम लग रहा है, और उसके बाद क्वेश्चन नर्वस भी हो, गलती करने का डर के साथ एग्जाम दे रहे हो। सो दैट इज द रीजन व्हाई पीपल फेल मेनी टाइम्स और फास्टर, और मैक्सिमम पीपल फेल। मानते नहीं है, दे डोंट अग्री। व्हेन आई टॉक 1 to 1 काउंसलिंग करते हैं, सब होता है, कोई मानता नहीं, सब बोलते सर बहुत पढ़ाई किया था सर, बहुत पढ़ाई किया था सर, चारों किताब पढ़ लिया था सर। मुझे इतने बच्चे रोते रहते एग्जाम, मतलब प्रीलिम्स का रिजल्ट आता है, मुझे बहुत बच्चे कॉल करते हैं डायरेक्टली, मेरा नंबर है सबके पास, व्हेन यू आर अ पार्ट ऑफ माय प्रोग्राम्स एंड ऑल, दे क्राई, sir I studied so hard, sir I did this that, but when I ask him, send me the analysis of each question what you have done, कहाँ तुम्हारा गेस मार्क था, कहाँ तुम्हें एक्यूरेटली पता था, चुप, 15-20 1 महीने तक और कोई आंसर नहीं। फिर उसके बाद वापस आते हैं, फिर मैं बोलता हूँ जब तक तुम वो नहीं भेजोगे मैं बात ही नहीं करूंगा, देयर इज नो पॉइंट। if you are not able to evaluate your own mistakes, then you do not know how to learn, and if you do not know how to learn, then what are you doing in this examination? Are you getting my point? So my that's what I said, elevate IS is mentor led self study, ऐसा self study नहीं, खुद ही नहीं पढ़ रहे। if you are leading, if I'm guiding you, then I'm guiding you in such a way, your learnability should be very high, accurate, किस पर्पस के लिए पढ़ रहे हो, ऐसे थोड़ी पढ़ रहे हो के लिए, you're not there to become impressing somebody, it's an exam, it's a very serious matter। your 1 year gone today at age of 22-23, अगर आप अपने 1-2 year इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो फॉर ए करियर ऑफ 40 years, इट इज इन्वेस्टिंग द मोस्ट प्राइम ईयर्स ऑफ योर लाइफ। लोग पैसा इन्वेस्ट करते हैं ताकि वो डबल हो, SIP एंड ऑल दैट थिंग, व्हाट इज दैट मेंट फॉर? यू आर इन्वेस्टिंग योर नॉलेज, sacrificing your fun time, 20, 21 to 24 age, maximum people are going for what you call trekking, hike, trekking, this that, vlogging, and this that, so many things, so many things are there, very good, they are all good things, but you have taken a decision that you will prepare for this exam. So for that decision you have to give time, invest yourself. I'm not denying that you cannot do everything, you can do it, but every time you distract yourself the focus goes off, again you have to start from scratch. So that's the reason, अगर एक बार कर रहे हो तो पूरी तरह से झोंक के अपने आप को डाल के भी। Anyway, coming to the next part, like now I'm talking about few questions. See, we have another 15 minutes left, you can put your questions. I'm coming to all the questions that I have received, questions which are like how to crack and all that. I've written the answers, but I'm going to talk about them, and I hope I'm able to meet out your thoughts. In the meanwhile, if you have any questions, अगर आपके मन में कोई क्वेश्चन है तो प्लीज write your question in the chat. use the chat function of YouTube. इसमें actually I think there's one, I don't know, people, you have to have your YouTube channel, then only you can put a chat. अपना ऐसा कुछ है, I think live chat use करने के लिए you should, I don't know. I realize many times it does not show for many people who just log in like that. You have to enter, create channel, and then something like that. Please see the process, but I think this is very convenient. So, any more questions? Okay, then I'll just move on because I have to be on the time thing. First and foremost question: everybody who's writing, how to crack the exam? I told exam crack करने के लिए you have to be self-driven, consistent. हार हो या जीत हो, जिस पथ पे निकले हो उस पे चलना है, चलना है, चलना, consistent. Learn from your mistakes, again move on. Learn from it. Everybody is unique, so your journey will be very unique. It cannot be same as any topper who is saying, yeah, I'm also from that place, that engineer. But all of us will have challenge. People from south, they have challenge that, yeah, they don't, it's an English language, I don't, I have challenge in understanding. I want to write in Tamil, Telugu. Hindi people will say, अरे कन्वर्ट करके हिंदी में से इंग्लिश लिखना पड़ता है. सब, everybody will have some or other, but they are not asking for Shakespeare's to write the exam. People who are going to lead the people up, you are going to represent the countrymen. So that's the reason you have to, whatever is your potential, increase it up. So UPSC examination ka, it is through self-study, preparation, testing, finding your own mistakes, learning, feeling those right, coming up, learning again and again, coming back, come back, Martha, like that. Is NCRT necessary? Absolutely necessary. ये भाई कोई भी बोल दे, ये किताब पढ़ लो, वो किताब पढ़ लो, नो, मुझे नहीं पता. I cannot endorse anything other than NCRT. I'll tell you how NCRT were formed. All the good books of the earth, all the best faculty of the world, if in Indian minds, they stood together, sat together, they then took out the good nectar from all the book and then gave it for as per your sixth class. Okay, it is 11-year boy or girl. 12th class. Okay, it is 17-year guy or boy. They have created in that level. What kind of intelligent people have they have written? All the big historian, all the big authors, thinkers, their books have been inculcated in NCRT in a very simple language. And NCRT is available across India. So that's a UPSC does not endorse. But when you are working for India, when you are going to join the civil services of India, you have to know about India. And nothing better than NCRT, which captures the essence of India for building the nation. Students, when you were child, what were you studying? What was the education in your school in 6th, 7th, 8th class? They were introducing to you about this is soil, this is land, this is water, this is air, this is mountain. India has so many land, river, India has so many mountain, India is our country, how it is governed our country, what is democracy. This is what we were taught in school. Today you don't remember because schooling was something else, innocence here. But what they were building in school was a responsible person, citizen who knows about his or her country. So that's why NCRT is necessary. Another question is how to make effective notes. See, note is a personal understanding matter. Okay. Many times what happens when we read two paragraphs, we have to summarize. If imagine you ask yourself, I am reading this book, I have to tell that to some person. I have to teach it to a student or teach it to a young child. Today, if I tell you go and teach to class 10th student, you can go and teach because you have already given 10th. The kind of confidence with which you go is what is required in this exam. Because now a class 10th person boy or girl may not have studied her books or his books, but you have studied those books. So you can say, oh, this is important chapter. Oh, this you can ignore because that is what is experience. Imagine how to make notes is like that. It will take first when you read all that thing, it will be like everything is important. But if you are aware about the context, aware about the background, you will only take the crux out of it. Summary from which is very easy for you to revise and like that. I consider there are two style of making notes. One is through notebooks. You write notebooks. Second is A4 sheet. When I was preparing, I was told by my teachers and mentor, write through A4 sheets, have a punching hole, create a folder. In every folder, in that folder, write in those pink, small pink sheet. What do you call? What is this called? These sheets, syllabus. Like that, you mark the file syllabus. In that folder part, you put the basic notes which is upgraded to newspaper. Like because you have to prepare for 2 3 years, na? So something will come in news. Today we are talking about. Imagine we are talking about Asoka. Asoka era, Mauryan era. The history, we write from the history book about Mauryan era, and suddenly a news comes that Asoka's this thing relic have been found in Sri Lanka and this that. So that is the updated news. So India Sri Lanka relation also shows the bonding it had in the ancient India. Like that, it became important. So now that we update that note, one line for that. Like that, you do. So creating a, every time creating your own notes. So when I revise, I don't go for any more books. I open my notes and only, okay, done. So when I see the exam, when the question comes, I get clarity. My own notes are coming in my brain as photographic memory. So that is how you create notes. Today, in today's era, they use digital making tools to make notes. There is if you are very good uh, aware about Notion, that tool, and other project management tools, you can create those in this thing. But still, till the time the exam is pen and paper based, cut copy paste of the content will be I don't know whether it will be note. I also give notes, but those are all printed notes. For me, until unless you don't write in your handwriting, it is not considered as note. So, what is the revision? Revision of test series is necessary for self preparation. What I'm going to talk now is about why you should take test series to revise and actually consolidate your preparation. Because UPSC is not ending with any boundary; it is fully open ended. But exam dates, exam schedules are close ended. So we need to be parallelly ready for that. That whether our preparation is leading for us to perform better at exam. So hence test series is very very important to consolidate your preparation, consolidate your this thing, simulation of real exam pressure, understanding which areas you are able to do under easily or difficult. Revising is very very important. I always say 70% of the syllabus has to be done 100%. That is the only magic. You don't have to do entire syllabus. You have to only do 70%. Learning what not to read. The guys who do this, they clear the exam. Otherwise, they keep on writing note, downloading note, this keeps on happening. The day you realize the magic is about learning what not to read, the day you crack the exam. Then consistency and confidence, without self-belief, nothing is going to happen. Now, for the students who are right now going to apply and think that 2026 के लिए 200 दिन है क्या करना चाहिए. See, I cannot guarantee you whether what will be the result of the exam. But if you are able to focus on the preparation and structuring of preparation and revision, you may perform much, much better than what you are thinking your performance. For now, till January 2026, complete your NCRT and GS Foundation. Then start with test series, taking some test series. Do the test series parallelly so that you are able to understand how much you are completing. Then you do the standard books from NCRT. I have given a list in the WhatsApp of books which you toppers suggest. If you have them, please do that. Then April month, go for full test. Sunday, full day, test one, test two, like full test. See your stamina is there to. It is summer month, and you are able to sit and write the exam, both the papers. You build that stamina and understand solution through mock, revise through mock. And May also is about revising, consolidating all the fact. Now this is all about prelims. Okay, I have not told about mains. This is about clearing prelims. If you ask me, sir, ये मेंस के लिए भी बोल रहे हो क्या? ना, ये मेंस के लिए नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. This is only for prelims, and because I am not speaking about optional, I am not speaking about writing or mains writing here. But अगर आप मेंस के लिए भी तैयार होना चाहते हैं, writing optional, preparing your optional paper one at least, essay writing एंड आंसर राइटिंग एंड इवेल्युएशन को आपको करना पड़ेगा. ऑलमोस्ट हर 2-3 दिन में एक आंसर लिखना है. जो भी आप पढ़ रहे हो उसी के जो प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन थे वो कर लो. दैट इज इनफ टू स्टार्ट ऑफ विथ. बट द होल स्टोरी स्टेज द सेम. इट इज नॉट अ स्ट्रक्चर, इट इज द कंसिस्टेंसी विच मैटर्स मोर देन परफेक्शन. सब कुछ बदल जाएगा, बट टू स्टैंड अप अगेन एंड अगेन अपीयर एंड प्रिपेयर, दैट काइंड ऑफ मोटिवेशन वही आपको ड्राइव देगा. People who are working, they have challenge. First, don't consider your working as a hindrance to preparation. UPSC loves this. आप इंटरव्यू बोर्ड में जाओ, बोला आई एम वर्किंग हियर, दे फाइंड इट परफेक्ट बिकॉज दे आर लुकिंग फॉर कैंडिडेट लाइक दिस ओनली. कि जो काम करते वक्त यूपीएससी प्रिपरेशन के अलग से बैठा हुआ नहीं चाहिए. लोग करते हैं वो बात अलग है, बट दे वांट पीपल हु आर एंगेज टू द कंट्री के साथ, कंट्री को प्रोग्रेस करने में जुड़े हुए. तो दे वेरी मच मतलब ऊपर ही आपको बोलेंगे. और अगर आप नहीं काम करते 4 साल से तैयारी कर रहे हैं, बोले व्हाट हैव यू डन टू योर प्राइमरी इयर्स? व्हाई हैव यू वेस्टेड योर प्राइमरी इयर्स फॉर दिस एग्जाम? You could have done this, you could have done that, you could have gone to America, you could have gone to this thing, Singapore. आपके पास मुंह देखते नहीं सर, दिस इज माई पर्पज सर, आई वांट टू सर्व द नेशन. तो दोज पीपल आर नॉट सर्विंग नेशन. ऐसा क्वेश्चन पूछ देगा, देन फील लाइक हाँ यार मेरा दोस्त तो मुझसे ज्यादा अमीर बन चुका है. स्टार्टेड द सेम एंड योर माइंड गोज ऑफ. तो मैं कहने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ, पीपल आर वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल, डोंट कंसिडर योर वर्किंग एज अ हिंड्रेंस. प्रायोरिटी दोगे तो टाइम निकलेगा. एवरीबडी हैज डिफरेंट मेंटल कैपेसिटी. कोई कोई को 1-2 घंटा लगता है समझने के लिए, कोई को 10 मिनट लगता है. विवेकानंद जैसा किसी का मेमोरी होगा तो फोटोग्राफिक मेमोरी होगा. So you have to see that what is your forte, and then आप अपने टाइम को मैनेज करो, अपना प्रायोरिटी मैनेज करो, सब्जेक्ट मैनेज करो, कहाँ ब्रेक लेना है, कहाँ क्या करना है. डू दैट. स्मॉल स्मॉल लर्निंग करो, प्रैक्टिसेस करो, यूज द टेक्नोलॉजी. जो कर सकते हो करो. इट मे नॉट बी one way for all. It will not work like that. You see what you're working. Many people are on-site jobs. They have to go to offices. ऑफिस में 9 to 12 बैठना पड़ेगा, ऑफिस जाना पड़ेगा ट्रेन में, मेट्रो में, बस में. तो ये सब चले. कई लोग का घर में होने के बाद भी ऑफिस छोड़ते नहीं है. तो इट इज योर ओन चैलेंजेस, बट यू हैव टू सी कि मैं, इफ आई हैव टेकन दैट कि मैं 3 पेज पढ़ूंगा तो मैं 3 पेज पढ़ूंगा. स्लोली स्लोली. वो एक किताब है हैबिट वाला, where it says कि every day you improve 1%. That's it. 1% improvement required. By the end of 365 days, you have improved like none other. So like that, I'm saying go slow but stay consistent. There was a question on how to read current affairs, how to prepare for that. So we have another 3 minutes. I'll extend this session for another. Uh, we started at 7:05, I think. By 8:05, I will close. If you have any question, you just let me know. So reading current affairs the smart way, I would say that newspaper reading is a habit because uh, That's how the first primary information comes, slowly, slowly. Just because you are not habituated, it takes time, but turning the pages is a good habit. So do it for a habit. Do it for habit. But in case you are not able to learn things, you go for these compilations, which is happening, coming from top institutes at the end of the month. Just run through that. But newspaper को पढ़ो as a habit to turn page. Both of them will help you to understand the context. एक बार your context is understood, you understand the entire globe or entire map of the world. कहाँ क्या हो रहा है, historically क्या हो रहा है, what are the why this happening today and all that, why behind everything, why the countries were broken into this so many countries, what is the reason of this that, सारा clear हो जाएगा. Then you will understand many challenges, many topics, many things. फंडामेंटल्स ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स समझ जाओगे तो यू विल अंडरस्टैंड क्या हो रहा है इस कंट्री में, उस कंट्री में, व्हाट इज ट्रेड बैरियर्स, ऑल दैट थिंग विल कम. So and then मेरा always I feel that every day you should first read through the syllabus of the exam and then start your preparation. So your brain will always focus on the keywords जो syllabus में था. Syllabus वही है जो notification में लिखा हुआ है. अब this is one common thing why people fail. सबसे पहले irregularity. Regularly irregular. बड़े प्राइडली बोलते हैं, बट दैट इज द रीजन ऑफ फेलियर. रिवीजन नहीं करना, टेस्ट नहीं करना, मिस्टेक्स को नहीं देखना, नहीं हो जाएगा. कोचिंग मटेरियल में कोई टीचर वगैरह या कोई स्टूडेंट या कोई एक्स एस्पिरेंट के फैन हो जाते हैं बिल्कुल. वो सर बोलेंगे तो हो जाएगा बिल्कुल, और अंधविश्वास में चले जाना, बहुत ज्यादा अपने सेल्फ को भूल जाना, ओवर रिलाइंग ऑन समबॉडी एल्सेस दिस थिंग. अब हम टीचर हैं, हम तो बोलेंगे तुम सक्सेस करोगे. सर मैं फेल हो गया, आपने बोला था मैं नहीं हो सकता फेल. अरे पढ़ाई नहीं करोगे, टाइम नहीं, कंसिस्टेंट नहीं रहोगे, बाकी सबको क्यों भूल गए ऑल दो चीज जो तरीका बताया गया था. तो दैट इज वेयर आई फील पीपल फेल. एंड बिना तैयारी के टेस्ट करने के लिए कूद रहे एग्जाम में, ये सब अच्छा नहीं है. या तो अच्छे तरह से प्रिपेयर करिए, प्रिपेयर गिव इट. आप जल्दीबाजी में है तो उसका मतलब एग्जाम यूपीएससी थोड़ी जल्दीबाजी में है. सर मेरे पास बस 6 महीने ही है, सर बताओ कैसे पढ़ना है. ऐसा आंसर मेरे को मत, क्वेश्चन मत पूछो. आप बताओ आपको कैसे पढ़ना है. 6 महीने है, 3 महीने है, फेल हो जाओगे तो खत्म हो जाएगा. फेल होने का ही इंतजार कर रहे हो तो फेल होने के लिए पढ़ाई कर रहे हो, क्या मैं बोलूँ इसमें. तो आप ऐसे नहीं माइंड कर सकते. आपकी तैयारी का हमें नहीं पता कि व्हाट इज योर कैपेबिलिटी. But when you start preparing, then you realize, I told you the first statement, it is journey of knowing oneself. आप स्कूल में क्या थे, आप कॉलेज में क्या थे, वो एक बात अलग है. बट आप 20 ईयर, when your age of 20 catches, what you become, your character, your personality, this is what is this examination preparation year में define करता है. Anyway, coming to the final slide, I would consider you to join the GS Foundation program जिन्होंने अभी तक नहीं किया है. इट इज अ डेली ईमेल एंड इज एब्सोल्युटली फ्री. 1.5-2 लाख का प्रोग्राम है ये. तो आप कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट में देख लीजिए. द सेम प्रोग्राम कम्स टू यू ऑन योर ईमेल इन अ वेरी स्मॉल अमाउंट एवरी डे, चैप्टर बाय चैप्टर, लेवल बाय लेवल. इट्स अ टोटल 400, मतलब द फाउंडेशन प्लान इटसेल्फ इज अ 400 days काइंड ऑफ अ ईमेल चेन. उसके साथ जो आप ऐड ऑन करोगे, टेस्ट सीरीज लोगे, जिसका जो अटेम्प्ट ईयर है वो उसके हिसाब से करेगा. अभी टेस्ट सीरीज चल रहा है, ज्वाइन दोस टेस्ट सीरीज. उससे आप अपना ये शेड्यूल कर सकते हो, मंथली प्रिपरेशन, वीकली प्रिपरेशन, बाई वीकली प्रिपरेशन, एंड देन यू कैन स्टार्ट. then there are tests in the foundation program itself. Every day 50 questions आप कर रहे हो. My experience says that doing 20,000 questions, prelims questions for GS paper 1 and 10,000 prelims question for GS paper C SAT, अगर जिन्होंने ये नंबर कर दिया, वो जो है प्रीलिम्स क्लियर कर लेते हैं. तो मेरा इंटेंशन यही है कि मैं इतने सारे क्वेश्चन आपको दूं अलग अलग, और वो मैं देता भी हूँ इन दिस प्रोग्राम. एवरी डे 50 to 100 क्वेश्चन आपको मिलता ही है रिवाइज करने के लिए. तो कल के डेट में अगर आप नोट बना भी नहीं पा रहे, थ्रू जस्ट टेस्ट रिविजन ओनली यू आर एबल टू, एंड इज ऑल फ्री. ओके, तो बुक्स आर ऑल्सो अवेलेबल विच इज अनदर डिफरेंट थिंग. बट जो फाउंडेशन प्रोग्राम है आपको ईमेल में मिल रहा है. एंड आई मस्ट टेल यू, मेरे ही किताब को लोग छाप के बुक्स बना रहे हैं, मेरे ही प्रोग्राम. which मैं मना भी नहीं कर रहा करने के लिए, कर लो कोई बात नहीं. Whole thing is if you are preparing for UPSC Civil Service Examination, please dedicate, value your time, value your effort. Country needs you. आप करो प्रिपेयर अच्छी तरीके से. फ्यू क्वेश्चन वाज हाउ डू आई क्रैक, मैंने बता दिया. कंसिस्टेंसी एंड एनालिसिस चाहिए. आई एम गेटिंग लो मार्क्स इन मॉक टेस्ट. यार लो मार्क्स इज फाइन, बट अंडरस्टैंडिंग योर फंडामेंटल, whether you know your foundations and all, is more important right now. Subject wise you have challenge, we can have one-on-one session to understand why you feel like that. Let's, it is building context. Many times we take history as I said day to day याद कर लेंगे, ऐसा नहीं होता. There's an approach to every subject. वर्ल्ड आपके सामने है, उसको समझने के लिए हम इंसानों ने सब्जेक्ट्स बनाए. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि जब हम ज्योग्राफी की बात करें तो सिर्फ सामने ज्योग्राफी एग्जिस्ट कर रही है, उस ज्योग्राफी का भी एक हिस्ट्री है. So we talk about that. So like that, it's a man-made way to subjectify the world in front of you. So you have a one-on-one with me. I'll help you to get your context ready. भाई बोलता है, is it too ready to relate to prepare for 2026? I don't think so. This is the perfect time. Just start. 20 May 2024 का 2026 को आपको पता चल जाएगा whether you're ready for it. But आप शुरू तो करो, पहले डर मत जाओ. Are there free resources or classes? I have the foundation program, जिसके अंदर आपको सेशन लर्निंग एंड ऑल दैट फ्री है. एब्सोल्युटली फ्री, नो क्वेश्चन नो चार्ज. ये कोई ऐप नहीं है जो बोलेगा कि आप पे द दिस थिंग. 400 emails, you will get full program free. Your consistency matters. So UPSC is not an exam, it's a transformation. आप अपने आप में वो देख पाओगे. That's my thought. And with this, I hope today we are able to meet your this thing. My for engagement is to GS Foundation Plan through prelims revision test. It's a paid test, 20 of 3,000 rupees say inclusive GST. 18 tests है total. May 10 तक है final जो test है. And then this engagement of weekly life. So I would say and close the session today. Study smart, revise strong, and elevate your performance with Vilash. Your mindset is very very important. ये आप मेरा last, ये आप take away, take a screenshot of this, and you can put it over in your table. This is very important. जो भी है आपका mindset ही है. हम लोग एक ही तरफ पूरा ध्यान है कि आप एक अच्छा इंसान बनेंगे तो आप अच्छा अच्छा करेंगे. अगर आपकी सोच ही अच्छी नहीं होगी तो आप कैसे करेंगे. यू कैन टेक अ स्क्रीनशॉट ऑफ इट. आई एम जस्ट टेकिंग ऑफ. ठीक है. विद दिस वी आर एट द एंड ऑफ द सेशन. अगर आपको कुछ और क्वेश्चन पूछना है, कुछ करना है, प्लीज आप चैट पे लिख सकते हैं. यू कैन राइट ऑन द चैट. If you had a challenge with the language, I have tried to speak both Hindi and English. uh, you can still reach out to me. You have my WhatsApp number and I'll engage in discussion. मुझे थोड़ा सा टाइम लगता है से WhatsApp पे responsive होने में, because there are parallelly multiple things happening, but I respond back to all the queries. आप टेस्ट लेते हो, आप फीडबैक्स देते हो, जो भी देते हो, I reply back to all of them. I do it. With this, I close my session today. I hope you are now very clear about the purpose and the exam and the career option which you have thought of as civil servant of India. In this journey, I hope all the best. You become and bring out your own best and make our country the best country to live forever. Thank you so much.